Stop here, don't scroll. Beloved child, I will end the strain that has been draining you, and it will last. Breathe with me in for 4, hold, out for 6. Again, in for 4, hold, out for 6. Let your jaw loosen, unclench your hands. You do not have to live braced for impact. You are safe with me in this very breath. Where I am, confusion loses its throne and peace stops asking permission to stay. You called this season confusion. I called it preparation. You counted by clocks and sleepless nights. I measured by foundations and hidden strength. While you named it delay, I named it structure. You thought the room was empty. I was under the floor, setting beams you could not yet see. Strength is not the absence of weather. Strength is standing where I stand while it passes. Look again. The hinge is catching light. The door before you is not a courtroom swinging towards shame. It opens into a room where truth speaks gently and peace refuses to apologize for staying. What I give you will last. Before this minute ends, the weight in your chest will begin to lift. Know that this is me. When storms rise like a shout, I raise a standard. When accusations crowd your mind like a jury that never goes home, I quiet the room and dismiss the case. When the tide surges at your ankles with every what if, I become the ground beneath the water. Stay close. I fight as you rest. I guide as you breathe. I keep what I give. You face double trouble. I bring double comfort and clarity. Not a flash that flares and fades, but a structure that holds. You will learn the cadence of steadiness. Short, honest steps that do not beg for spectacle, choices that do not need a spotlight to be holy. I'm training your feet to stand where you once buckled, not by shaming your tremble, but by strengthening your center. You will not be led by fog anymore. You will be led by my nearness. Fog confuses distance. Nearness makes a path from breath to breath. Here is how you will recognize my hand. When worry tries to climb your ribs like a ladder, peace will return within 3 slow breaths. When your thoughts accelerate as if chased, write one line, peace stays. When your voice wants to hurry and scrape, count to 3 before you answer. Little obediences raise unshakable rooms. You asked for signs. I'm placing small lights along the baseboards of your day so you can walk without stubbing hope. The lamp is low to the ground so you see what's next, not all at once. The pace is protective, not punitive. I saw what you thought no one saw, the kind word that cost you more than anyone knew, the refusal to retaliate when you had your speech loaded and ready, the promise you kept when applause had gone home. You planted in silence, none of it rotted in the ground. I kept it. I guarded it from mildew and theft. I bring shoots through the soil at a pace that matches your ability to carry fruit. Roots first, fruit on time. What I give you will last. Bring me the room you keep dim, the voice that calls you almost enough, the memory that tries to shrink your name. I do not need that room lit with fluorescent judgment. I light it with morning. I open the curtain, and you see that the furniture of your identity is not broken, just covered with old sheets of shame. I will not expose you. I will make you whole. I will not highlight your hurts. I will heal them. Where you felt fragile, you will show quiet strength, strength that does not announce itself, yet holds the house together. I'm reintroducing you to yourself without the echo of accusation. How do I know the difference between impulse and my guidance? Hear this and practice it until it becomes the reflex of your soul. Impulse pushes. My guidance invites. Impulse is loud with deadlines I did not set. My guidance carries oxygen, even when the work is heavy. If it is me, there is space inside the instruction. There is alignment in heart, head, and breath. Not always ease around you, but a settled yes within you. If you are unsure, pause for one full breath. Again, does this carry peace that stays? If the answer is no, wait with me. Delay inside. My presence is not waste. It is wisdom. Waiting with me builds walls that still breathe. You learn to moralize your energy, calling yourself lazy when you are actually bleeding, calling yourself strong when you are only numb. I'm teaching you a truer scale. Faithfulness looks ordinary up close. Faithfulness is a hand steadying a cup, a tongue choosing a stare instead of a cliff, a mind turning a sentence from suspicion to curiosity. Faithfulness is a body who remembers to breathe before it speaks. You asked for miracles. I'm giving you the kind that hold your life together every hour. Let's collect the first repairs. Speak to yourself as I speak. I do not call you names. I call you forward. Replace labels that pin you to old failures with invitations that match who you are becoming. I am learning steadiness. I take small, faithful steps. I choose honest peace over impressive hurry. The tongue inside your mouth is the first prophet you hear every morning. Let it bless. Blessing your own mornings is not arrogance. It is alignment with the one who already blessed you with breath. Bring me your calendar like an overpacked suitcase. We will unpack weight you do not have to carry. The cult of urgency has been charging you rent for rooms you never used. Pace isn't punishment. Pace is protection. I'm not cheap with you. I spend time because I value what we build. Margin is not a luxury item. It is a load-bearing wall. Put white space on the page and protect it like a surgery you cannot miss. You are not lazy for refusing slavery to hurry. You are wise. What I give you will last. We will practice the daily anchors that make your soul a shore instead of a raft. Morning, one true sentence before your phone. Name it aloud like you would your own child. I belong to the one who does not leave. Midday, 3 breaths and 1 kindness. Unclench your hands. Bless what is within reach. Wash a cup, drink water like prayer, send a line without agenda. Night, 3 mercies named like jewels. Light on the floorboards, the timing of a message, the way a child laughed without checking the room first. Weekly, touch creation with your hands, tree bark, cool water, warm bread dough, soil under fingernails. Monthly, tell the truth kindly to a friend who wants your wholeness more than your performance. These are rails, not chains. Rails carry you. Chains accuse you. Live on rails. I am changing the way you imagine conflict. Not every surge deserves a sentence. Not every thought deserves a microphone. Your words are lumber. Don't build prisons. Build porches. Porches are where people can come without tripping, where you are present without performance. Talk like someone who knows the house is strong enough to hold weather. Truth without tenderness can wound. Tenderness without truth can waste. Together, they make rooms where everyone breathes. Some supports were built in panic and must go. Not all coping was evil. Some saved you then. But what saved you then can sour now. Thank the scaffolding and carry it out with ceremony. You do not need the ladder that leans on approval. You do not need the brace that says, be small to be safe. You do not need the hidden closet where you stored your voice so no one would be threatened. I am reclaiming square footage inside you. Closets becoming windows, hallways becoming galleries where stories of mercy hang in frames that fit. Listen, there will be people who translate your calm as apathy because they learned to equate anxiety with care. Love them without borrowing their storm. I love you. I won't panic with you, but I'll stand with you while the wind passes. You can sit with them in rain without building a second thundercloud. If they refuse calm, you may step back without slamming the door. Return when breath returns. Peace that stays does not audition to be believed. It quietly changes the atmosphere until belief becomes sensible. You are afraid I will be gentle until the day you need me to be a fortress. Hear me. Gentleness is not the absence of strength. It is strength choosing how to land. I'm a fortress with a door that opens from the inside. I am an anchor that does not ask the waves for permission. I'm a lighthouse that does not blink when fog grows stubborn. My gentleness will not fail you in rooms where sharpness once kept you safe. You will not lose your edges. You will learn edges, not knives, clear lines that do not cut. Let's talk about the way you carry regret. Regret tried to make a religion out of reviewing mistakes. I'm giving you a better liturgy. Repair quickly. Bless generously. Release thoroughly. If you wound with words, mend with fewer words and clean ones. I was wrong. I am sorry. I love you. I will do better. Forgive without ledgers stuffed in your pocket. Let your home practice restoration as reflex, not performance. The world is harsh enough. Let rooms under your roof remember kindness. You asked, will this change simply be a spark that fades? Look at me. I'm not offering relief as a payment for perfection. I'm offering relief because you are mine. When you faltered, my affection did not tire. I hold your hand with a grip that does not tire, and lest you fear I repeat myself into emptiness, my hold does not loosen when your hold is weak. I am near when the room is loud and when the room is dark, near when prayer is a paragraph, and when prayer is a single sigh. I count your tears as seeds and water them with mercy. Your story is not being written by the loudest moment. It is being written by my faithfulness. Now bring me the part of you that has been bargaining with outcomes. If this opens, I'll believe. If this closes, I'll despair. I will not grade your trust on the curve of circumstance. Release outcomes into my keeping. Faithfulness is your lane. Fruitfulness is mine. You plant the sentence. I grow the forest. You offer the kindness. I alter the room 3 doors down. You sleep. I keep watch. What I give you will last. You fear that blessing will make you forget me, and hardship will undo your gains. Listen, I can write mercy on your ordinary, so it interrupts your hurry. I can send lighthouses in human skin to wave you back when you drift. I can hold your gains in my grip, so you don't spend every good day guarding it like prey. You will not lose what I entrusted as you walk with me. Security is not you perfectly managing outcomes. Security is me perfectly keeping you while you practice honest steps. Let your attention become the steward of your peace. Where attention goes, anxiety or rest will root. Train your eyes to hunt for provision. The manna in this morning, the small cloud this afternoon, the oil that did not run out tonight. Pain does not get the only microphone. My word makes rooms livable. Speak my word to your corridors. Peace stays. Speak it to your mailbox. Provision arrives on time. Speak it to your pillow. Rest is not irresponsible. Rest is repair. Midnight isn't a mentor. Morning will teach you gently. Practice how you end days. Turn off the lights, like a priest closing a sanctuary with reverence, not like an inmate slamming a cell. You are not imprisoned by the unfinished. You are held by the one who finishes what he starts. Put your devices to sleep and let your soul sleep too. If the night is short, I can put hours inside minutes. If the day is long, I can plant oases where 30 seconds rebaptize your breath. Receive micro-rests without apology. Inhale mercy. Exhale accusation. Now pay attention to your body. Where does peace land first? Jaw, chest, breath? Place your hand there. Say what is true. I'm safe with God right now. Feel the room widen. Your nervous system has believed alarms that were never connected to real flames. I am rewiring the wires to ring only for fire, not for late emails and imagined verdicts. This is not self-deception. This is training your flesh to trust what your spirit already knows. I am with you. And where I am, safety is not a rumor. It is a present tense. We will also clean the pantry of your vocabulary. Retire words that bruise your own soul. Replace always and never with what is actually happening. Replace I blew it again with I stumbled and I'm getting up. Replace no one cares with the one who matters most cares and keeps me. This is not fake positivity. It is accurate theology. My mercy is the most real thing in the room. You ask for practicals you can do in the middle of ordinary mess. Here they are, as simple as turning a knob. Doorway, pause. Every time you cross a doorway today, breathe once. That breath is a priestly act. It blesses the room you enter and the room you leave. One stair sentence. In conflict, when you reach for a cliff sentence, choose a stair instead. When this happens, I feel, or I need, or I can do this later with kindness. 3-item harvest. At day's end, harvest 3 mercies, even if they are small. Name them aloud. This teaches your heart to collect what I'm already giving. Kindness cash. Keep a small kindness ready in your pocket. An encouraging line, a 10-second prayer, $1 you plan to give. Use it when you feel yourself closing. Hands practice. When fear speaks, open your hands physically. Pray with open palms. I release outcomes. I receive peace. Your body remembers this. If your breath just came back, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe, add a gentle like and type, I receive clarity below. It's not for numbers. It's so this finds the next weary heart. I am not done, and neither are you. The chapter you thought was conclusion was only the page where the light changed. Lift your face. Watch how rooms you used to avoid become rooms you quietly own, not with control, but with presence. Presence is not performance. It is attention married to love. You will carry it into hallways where people whisper crises like curses, and you will answer with sentences that are stares. You will carry it to tables where appetites and fears have long argued, and you will answer with boundaries that are edges, not knives. You will carry it into mirrors where your own eyes once pleaded for rescue, and you will answer with, "We're done rehearsing collapse." We are practicing continuity. You asked me to confirm this in a way your body would understand. I already did. Your chest loosened. Your jaw softened. The static behind your eyes lowered its volume by one faithful notch. That is not placebo. That is presence. Test it tomorrow and the day after with the same breath and the same sentence. Watch the room widen on schedule. Watch peace. Stop leaving like a guest and start staying like a homeowner with keys. And when night comes, do not audit yourself like a cruel accountant. Do not grade your soul on curves you never agreed to. Tell the truth, I did not do everything, and somehow what matters most is not threatened. Kiss the day closed. Lay your head where I keep watch. If you wake in the dark, I will not despise you for reaching for me like a child. I'm not embarrassed to be needed. I prefer it to being remembered as a last resort. I'm here at 2 in the morning and at 2 in the afternoon with the same gentleness, the same strength, the same agenda to make you whole. This is how we begin. Honest breath. Clean sentence, small kindness. Rails that carry you, rooms that breathe. A God who refuses hurry and never withholds himself. This is how we continue. Repetition without shame, repair without theater, gratitude that dusts shelves no one else will ever see. This is how we end each day, with peace that does not ask permission, with trust that does not require proof, with a name that is beloved even when you forget how to pronounce it. The foundation is set, the hinge is oiled. The lamp is lit, the tide knows where to stop. The roots know where to drink. The porch is built for sitting, for listening, for welcoming, for mending shoes before the road continues. You will not collapse when wind remembers your address. You will not vanish when silence refuses to flatter you. You will not be purchased by panic or leased by hurry. You are not a guest. You are at home. Sit a moment longer and then stand. Don't rush to prove you're healed. Healed people don't sprint to impress. They walk to arrive. Step through this door that is not a courtroom. Enter the room that was built for living, not performing. Eat peace. Drink rest. Share what you have without counting what is left, because where I am, there is always more where that came from. What I give you will last. Stop again. Stay with me. In for 4. Hold out for 6. Let your shoulders remember gravity. Let your tongue rest against the roof of your mouth. You've lived long enough at the mercy of your mood. I'm not scolding feelings. I'm seating them. Feelings make windows, not steering wheels. Today I change the wheel. Foundations under your feet. Weather above your head. You asked for a life that doesn't tip with every gust. Foundations require weight and quiet work. You mistook the quiet for absence. It was depth. I don't pour concrete while you sprint. I slow the scene so what we set can cure. Pace isn't punishment. Pace is protection. If speed costs you roots, it's too expensive. I'm not cheap with you. I spend time because I value what we build. Let's begin with a truer map of faithfulness. You were taught that faithfulness is a feeling that never dips, a flame that never flickers. It's not. Faithfulness is the step you take when the feeling is late to the meeting. It's getting up with honesty, not hype. It's telling the truth kindly when silence would sell your soul at a discount. It's going to bed without auditing your worth like a cruel accountant. Faithfulness isn't loud, it's load-bearing. You fear that without big emotion, you will become small. Hear me, numbness turns the volume down on everything. Clarity lets you hear the right thing at the right volume. Joy can be bright without being manic. Grief can be deep without becoming bottomless. Your yes can mean yes without a speech. Your no can be a warm line drawn with a steady hand. We will live in the middle where peace stays and choices are honest. First practice, the plank of truth. When emotions spike, don't hand them the keys. Name the weather without marrying it. Our wind, Ask one question: what is true right now, even if I don't feel it? Say it aloud: I am held. I am guided. This breath belongs to God. Truth resets the floorboards. Second practice, the plank of breath. In for 4, hold. Out for 6, again. Your breath is a rope I place in your hands when your mind wants to run. Each exhale is a soft door closing on panic. Not slammed, closed. We're done rehearsing collapse. We're rehearsing continuity. Third practice, the plank of small action. Bless what is within reach. Wash 1 cup. Drink water like prayer. Send 1 line without agenda, thinking of you, no reply needed. Storms lose interest when you stop feeding them drama. Small action is not avoidance. It's alignment. Now we seat your feelings. They will not be evicted. They will be reseated. Anger, you can sit at the table, but you don't get the gavel. Sorrow, you can water the ground, but you don't get the floodgate. Joy, you can warm the room, but you don't get tomorrow's woodpile. This is stewardship, not suppression. House rules, not handcuffs. Some supports were built in panic and must go. Not all coping was evil. Some saved you then. But what saved you then can sour now. Thank the scaffolding and carry it out. You don't need the ladder that leans on approval. You don't need the brace that says, be small to be safe. You don't need the hidden closet where you stored your voice so no one would be threatened. I'm reclaiming square footage inside you, closets into windows, hallways into galleries for mercy. About speech, not every thought deserves a microphone. Not every surge deserves a sentence. Your words are lumber. Don't build prisons. Build porches. Porches are places people can come without tripping, where you are present without performance. Talk like someone who knows the house is strong enough to hold weather. Truth without tenderness can wound. Tenderness without truth can waste. Together, they make rooms where everyone breathes. You wore armor that worked once, sarcasm to deflect, overwork to distract, overbooking to avoid silence. Armor kept knives out, and embraces too. Trade it for breastplates that breathe. I shield you best when you stand in light. Shame counterfeits shelter by shrinking you. I'm enlarging you inside so you can stand without spines, pointing in every direction. You will keep edges. You will lose thorns. Edges, not knives. Let's redraw boundaries until they stop sounding like war and start sounding like wise hospitality. Boundaries that bless sound like this. I can love you and still say no. This matters. Let's talk when we have breath. I need a pause to keep this honest. These do not strike. They shepherd the moment back to pasture. When heat rises, choose a stair sentence over a cliff sentence. Stairs carry both hearts down together. Conflict will test this foundation. When the room spikes, slow your pace. Speed is not your strength. Ask one oxygen question. Do you want to be understood or helped right now? Then listen. Sometimes help is hearing. Sometimes it is hands. Sometimes it is quiet beside. If both are refused, you can still be steady. You are not a hostage to their weather. I love you. I'm stepping away so we don't break what we're building. Return when breath returns. Wisdom, not withdrawal. You've been afraid to rest because hustle told you it pays the rent of worth. Rest does not cancel diligence. Rest completes it. Foundation work needs nights where curing is invisible. Your culture mocks sleep like it mocks slowness, then wonders why beams crack. Ask me for rest and expect it. If the night is short, I can put hours inside minutes. If the day is long, I can plant oases where 30 seconds rebaptize your breath. Receive micro rests without apology. Inhale mercy. Exhale accusation. Let's anchor your day beyond mood. Morning. One true sentence before the phone. Say it out loud like a bell. I belong to the one who does not leave. Midday. 3 breaths while you unclench your hands. 1 kindness within reach. Evening. 1 gratitude, even if it's the way light lands on the floor. Write it like a receipt for provision. Weekly. Touch creation. Tree, water, sky, dirt. Let your skin learn what your soul knows. I made a world where you can breathe. Monthly. A truth-telling conversation with someone who wants your wholeness more than your performance. Quarterly. Cancel 1 plan to protect your soul. Empty space is not waste. It's a load-bearing wall. You fear missing my will like it's a tightrope over an abyss. My will is a wide shore of trust. If you drift, I correct. If you wander, I call. If you run, I pace you back. I'm not hiding purpose behind riddles. I delight to be found. Guidance in my kingdom is a lighthouse, not a siren. Sirens panic your senses. Lighthouses call you home. When choices compete, ask these three. Does this align with truth I already know? Does this preserve peace that stays? Does this require me to betray what is honest? If two paths honor truth and peace, choose one. I bless moving feet. If you misstep, I redirect. You cannot ruin my plan with one sincere step. I am a better shepherd than you are a wanderer. Shall we speak of apology? Retire the habit of apologizing for existing. Keep the apologies that heal. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Return what you took. Repair what you can. Release what you cannot control. Shame is not a spiritual director. It is a thief. Repentance is not a performance. It's a path back to breath. Mentors are on your route. Quiet-spined ones who pause before reacting. Choose simple over showy and speak in stairs, not cliffs. Honor those who carry peace. You become like what you honor. Do not envy the loud. Volume is not value. The loud often envy the restful. Be restful. Let's also tend money, work, and screens under this foundation. Money, plan clearly, give gladly, and refuse panic's script that hisses, grip or lose. Open your hand. Watch provision arrive as salary and surprise, manna and loaves. Work meet deadlines, not doom. Solve problems, don't adopt them. Plan like a steward. Release outcomes like birds I know how to guide. Screens curate what enters by eye and ear, and when it enters. Midnight isn't a mentor. Morning is gentle. You cannot carry peace to others if your pockets are full of borrowed dread. Your inner commentary must learn the language of the house we're building. Replace "why can't you ever" with "we're learning," and that counts. Replace "you blew it again" with "we stumbled and we're getting up." Replace "everything's on fire" with "there's heat." We'll use water, not gasoline. This is not denial. It's accurate naming. Accurate naming is the first miracle of order. Let's make room for grief. You don't have to audition happiness to be welcome here. Grief is a guest we will teach to wipe its feet. It may sit, but it will not rearrange the furniture. Tears baptize the ground where new roots drink. You will not drown in them. I'm the floor beneath the water. Sit, cry, breathe, then stand slowly. Foundations do not shame weight. They welcome it and distribute it so nothing caves. Let's make room for joy too, the quiet kind that doesn't need symbols to be true. Some joy is seed, not bread. Sow it into tomorrow with gratitude today. Laugh without checking who's looking. Sing off-key in a kitchen that has learned forgiveness. Light the small lamp and let evening be kind again. Joy is not frivolous, it's fuel. Now relationships. Those who benefited from your lack of edges may call edges unkind. Stay kind, stay edged. A boundary is a line of love that tells truth about what can live in this house. I handle misunderstanding. You handle integrity. When you are tempted to explain yourself into exhaustion, use the humane sentence. That doesn't work for me. If pressed, repeat it like a bell, not a blade. Bells call to peace. Blades escalate war. You worry, will I be too calm? Some will translate your calm as apathy because their only language for care is panic. Love them without borrowing their fear. I love you. I won't panic with you, but I will stand with you while the wind passes. If they refuse calm, step back without slamming doors. Return when breath returns. You are not responsible for keeping storms interested. Inventory time, the find and replace of your interior. Replace hurry with holy pacing. Replace spite with precision. Replace avoidance with honest. Pause. Replace people-pleasing with person-loving. They are not the same. Replace doom-scrolling with mercy-counting. And the three rails we keep repeating because foundations are formed by repetition without shame. Morning. One true sentence before the phone. Midday. 3 breaths and 1. Kindness night. 3 mercies named. These rails carry you through weather. Rails don't accuse. They assist. Rails keep the train from tipping when the wind remembers your name. We will also adjust your posture toward outcomes. You try to hold results like birds in fists. They suffocate. Hold results like birds on open palms. I guide the flight path. Faithfulness is yours. Fruitfulness is mine. When fruit arrives, don't apologize for harvest because others prefer famine. Share bread, yes. Starve, no. It honors me when you receive without guilt and give without theater. Now listen for a sentence you'll need this week. I can be calm and clear at the same time. Put it in your pocket. When pressure rises, take it out. Calm is not indecision. Clear is not cruelty. Calm keeps the room oxygenated. Clarity keeps the room honest. Together, they cure conversations that used to crack. You ask, but what if I slip? You will. Falling isn't failure. Refusing to get up is. When you slip, begin again. Beginning again is not proof you're broken. It's proof you're being built. I'm far more patient than your critic. Your critic wants performance. I want presence. We will practice presence. We breathe, then we answer. We choose the stair, not the cliff. Let me bless your nights. Turn off lights like a priest who knows the sanctuary is safe. Put your devices to sleep so your mind can return to human hours. If the dark wakes you, don't argue with it. Breathe once, whisper one true line. I am safe with God right now, and let silence finish your sentence. I keep watch. You don't have to. Let me bless your mornings. Don't sprint into screens. Open a window first. Let air say what I've been saying all night. You're held. You're guided. You can go at human speed. Drink water before taking on the whole world. Speak your one true sentence, like a key turning in a door you no longer force. Let me bless your work. I like your hands when they make useful things. I like your mind when it notices the next right problem to solve. I like your voice when it steadies rooms. Partner with me in good craft. Excellence is not anxiety in a tuxedo. It's love paying attention, and let me bless your rest. You aren't a machine. You're a garden. Machines break under constant load. Gardens obey rhythms, season, sap, root, fruit, and then rest. If you rest before you earn it, that's not indulgence, that's intelligence. Earned rest is still rest. Grace rest is the kind that keeps foundations from cracking. We'll close this block with the sentence that belongs on your cornerstone. Not as a slogan, but as a substance poured into the mix. What I give you will last. Walk now, slow, sure, with edges clean and center quiet. When the gust comes, you'll bend and not break. When the room spikes, you'll pause and not perform. When old scaffolding begs to stay, you'll thank it and carry it out without a scene. This house we're building is livable, not theatrical. It will host storms without collapsing and host laughter without apology. It will hold you and you will hold others without losing your shape. In for 4, hold D out for 6 again. We're done letting mood be the wheel. We have foundations now, and foundations do not ask the weather for permission to stand. Stop here. The courtroom has been busy, but you are not on trial. You are on a path. Paths ask for light, not verdicts. I give light for the next faithful step, and I close the case you keep reopening. You have argued with yourself in a language that sounds like safety but feels like exhaustion. Bring me the folders, the what-ifs, the should-have, the if-only, set them on the table. Watch me stamp each one with the same seal. Settled. Second-guessing pretends to be wisdom because it wears the costume of caution. But wisdom walks. It doesn't circle until it forgets why it stood up. I will teach you a new reflex. When the mind convenes a jury, call a recess. Breathe. Name what is true. I am held. I'm guided. I am not alone in this choice. Then ask 3 simple questions. Does this align with truth I already know? Does this preserve peace that stays? Does this require betrayal of what is honest? If 2 options honor truth and peace, pick one. I bless moving feet. You fear choosing wrong, as if my will were a tightrope over an abyss. My will is a wide shore of trust. If you drift, I correct. If you wander, I call. If you run, I pace you back. I'm not hiding purpose behind riddles to see if you're clever. I am a father who delights to be found, a lighthouse that refuses to blink, a floor beneath the water when the tide remembers your name. You do not need permission from fear to continue. Your mind learned to prosecute memories with unfair evidence. It quoted the loudest moment as law. Bring me those testimonies. Let me cross-examine them with mercy. Remember where you stood and did not fall. Remember the sentence you changed from cliff to stair. Remember the kindness you chose when sarcasm would have scored points. The case against you loses oxygen in the presence of truth. The case rests. We will turn your courtroom into a garden. Gardens do not scream at seeds to sprout. They make room, water what they can, and trust time. So one decision today you will not dig up tomorrow. Water it with consistency. Visit it with kindness. Do not yank at the stem to prove it's growing. The slow is not a failure. It is the way roots learn the map of strength. You wanted brilliance that dazzles. I give anchorage that outlives brilliance. Anchored outlives brilliant. Perfectionism has masqueraded as devotion. But devotion is not the worship of flawless outcomes. It is the love of honest steps. You offered me your hustle. I asked for your presence. You offered me your analysis. I asked for your breath. You offered me your plan. I asked for your openness to pace. We will no longer call panic prudence. We will no longer anoint spirals and call them strategy. Practice this in small rooms first. Simplify one drawer. Resolve one tension with a single sentence. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Answer one email without apologizing for existing. Make one meal and eat it without comparing it to someone's curated feed. Walk one block without your phone and let the sky be your notification. The miracle you think you need for your life to change is often just a sequence of small, honest obediences aligned in one direction. What about voices? Curate the council. The loud are not always leaders. The rested are. Honor people whose peace is not performative, whose clarity is kind, whose boundaries are edges, not knives. Let their presence tutor your nervous system. Do not despise your need for mentors who carry quiet spines. You become like what you honor. So honor steadiness. When shame arrives with its robo-questions, who do you think you are? Why should anyone listen? Answer with the simplest truth. I am beloved and I am learning. Shame can't breathe in that altitude. It needs either hiding or spectacle, not honesty. You will not throw confetti over failure nor a sheet over it. You will tell the truth and keep walking. Here is a prayer you can pray without cleverness. Guide me by your peace. Guard me by your truth. Grow me by your time. This aligns your feet with the lighthouse, your heart with the shore, your breath with the garden. If your mind tries to reopen the trial, repeat what the gavel has already said. The case rests. Train your attention like a shepherd dog that learns which flock is yours. Call it back from the cliffs of doom. Give it a job, count provision, count strength that returned in time, count mercies that seemed late and arrived as if they knew a better road. Attention that learns to bless becomes a skilled mason. It lays one brick of gratitude after another until worry has to knock from outside. You ask, what if I disappoint people by choosing peace? You will sometimes. Some only trust care that sweats, shouts, and breaks itself to prove devotion. Do not borrow their storm. Love them steadily. I won't panic with you, but I will stand with you while the wind passes. If they need chaos to feel held, bless them and keep your center. You are not a hostage to their weather. Now feel the ground. In for 4, hold. Out for 6. Your spine lengthens, the room widens, your eyes soften. You are allowed to decide without a council of imaginary critics raising hands in your head. You are allowed to rest a decision and let time confirm it. You are allowed to change course when truth asks you to, not when fear threatens you. That is not inconsistency. That is guidance. The old habit of audit at night will try to return. Replace it with close the day like a sanctuary. Name 3 mercies. Bless your limitations as places I enter with provision. Lay your head where I keep watch. If dark wakes you, breathe once and speak one true sentence. I am safe with God right now. The rest of the sentence is my work, not yours. Stand now, with your yes warm and your no kind. No speeches, no spectacle. The path is not a stage. It is a way. Take the step. And if the jury murmurs behind you, let them. I silence them for your soul. They may keep talking in your imagination for a while. They'll tire. Peace does not. What I give you will last. Do not despise the bends that brought you here. I used every curve to train your balance. You called it detour. I called it design. You called it wasted time. I called it roots under frost. What grew in the cold is feeding you now. I watched your winters and hid life in them. Frost taught your sap where to flow when heat returns. Nothing in me is random. Nothing in you was pointless. You prayed for straight roads. I gave you sturdy ankles. You asked for quick fruit. I guarded deep roots. Quick fruit rots fast under applause heat. Deep roots hold during applause drought. You have been kept from becoming a weather plant. You are learning to be a tree. Let gratitude be your archaeology. We are digging in places you called barren and finding artifacts of mercy. The friend who stayed when shiny left. The door that closed before it crushed you. The quiet skill you learned while nobody watched. Brush the dust off each find and name it. Naming is consecration. Gratitude frames the story, so both light and shadow make sense. Bring me the file labeled mistakes. I won't shred it. I will annotate it with mercy. See how wrong turns taught right weight. The job you took for the wrong reasons trained truer choices. The love you chased without peace taught you to refuse invitations that cost your center. The argument you shouldn't have started trained your hands for repair. I do not bless harm, but I refuse to let harm be the editor-in-chief. I remain author. Vindication in my world seldom arrives as spectacle. It sounds like fruit ripening on schedule, like relationships that no longer bleed under small pressure, like laughter returning to halls that memorized footsteps. It looks like discernment choosing the quiet good instead of the noisy almost. It feels like oxygen in rooms where you once rationed breath. You wanted me to make them see. Some will, some won't. Your assignment isn't to curate their sight. It's to carry presence into the next room. Presence testifies. Clean boundaries testify. The refusal to gossip testifies. You will be tempted to explain until your throat is sand. Choose instead a humane sentence. That doesn't work for me. Ring it like a bell, not swing it like a blade. Let's talk about the house within. There are rooms you closed and labeled condemned. Give me the keys. Light lamps, open curtains, run water until the pipes stop coughing rust. We will not stage a show. We will make it livable. Ease will stop feeling suspicious and start feeling like me. Ease is not laziness. It's trust clothed as breath. Bless the younger you who tried with the tools they had. Tell them we made it to shore. Tell them we're done rehearsing collapse. Tell them we are allowed to enjoy. Take that child by the hand and show them the garden. Saplings that refused to die, perennials that kept their appointment with spring, soil that learned your name. Joy is not a bribe to forget pain. Joy is a teacher of proportion. We will also make sense of the losses you still touch, like bruises to check if they're real. Some doors shut because the room beyond had no air for you. Some seasons ended because you harvested what they had to give. Some opportunities dissolved because their weight would have crushed your ribs. I did not let you star in a disaster for the sake of a resume. Pace isn't punishment. Pace is protection. You ask, what about the parts that were truly wrong? Forgiveness does not pretend they were right. Forgiveness releases you from carrying their shape into every new room. I will handle justice at sizes you cannot lift. Your work is repair where you can. I was wrong. I'm sorry, and release where you must. I bless and let go. You are not the bailiff of the world. You are a witness of mercy. Nurture rituals that remember redemption without rehearsing ruin. Hang a photo of a healed day where you used to keep a list of failures. Keep a jar of grateful lines on the counter like you keep salt within reach for every meal. Strengthen the neural path to hope. This is not naivete, it is warfare at the speed of kindness. Let me retell your story with my verbs. You say, I cracked. I say, you bent and didn't break. You say, I lost years. I say, I planted roots. You say, I was late. I say, I was on time for you. You say, I was foolish. I say, you are becoming wise. My vocabulary doesn't flatter. It frees. Stand now at the shoreline. The tide you feared is patient, faithful, and not your enemy. I'm the floor beneath the water. I'm the lighthouse on the headland. I'm the wind that knows when to rest. Nothing was wasted. Not the tears that watered truth. Not the silences that taught you to hear. Not the bends that taught you balance. Walk forward with a center that does not borrow the day's forecast to decide its worth. What I give you will last. Stop here, don't scroll. In these next breaths, I teach your body what your heart has longed to know. Peace that stays. In for 4, hold. Out for 6. Let your tongue rest. Let your shoulders remember they are not hinges. Where I am, peace isn't a guest who checks the clock. Peace is the homeowner with keys. You treated peace like a visitor you had to impress. Cushions straight, voice hushed, shoes hidden, afraid it would leave if dinner ran late. I did not give you nervous peace. I gave you covenant. Covenant peace doesn't erase weather. It teaches you how to live within it. When wind rises, you'll feel the tug without confusing tug for drowning. When rain chills, you'll find shelter without calling storm your identity. When thunder speaks, you'll listen for timing, not doom. Peace owns the room, start at home. Houses memorize voices. They remember slammed drawers and 2 bright lights. Teach your rooms a new language. Before correction, stillness. Before decision, breath. Before boundary, kindness. Speak in sentences that fit inside one calm exhale. We can do this later. I love you, and no still means no. I need 10 minutes to be kind. Edges, not knives. Doors that open and close without splinters. Peace is not passivity. It is power to tell truth without burning the room down. You can be firm without fangs, clear without claws. I will shape your mouth for words that heal. I will keep your boundaries clean and your eyes tender. If someone confuses panic with care, love them steadily. I won't panic with you, but I will stand with you while the wind passes. If they insist on storm, bless and step back. Return when breath returns. Train your attention to steward peace. Attention left feral hunts only threats. Attention discipled by gratitude hunts provision. Each morning, gather 3 mercies like bread. At midday, breathe and place 1 kindness within reach. At night, name what did not collapse. This is how rooms learn your new name, kept.curate inputs. Not every voice earns a chair at your table. Choose what enters by eye and ear, and when it enters. Midnight isn't a mentor. Morning is gentle. Songs that widen rooms. Words that sharpen hope. If you keep stuffing your pockets with borrowed dread, you can't carry peace to anyone. Empty your pockets. Fill them with steady sentences. We are safe right now. We can wait. We will do the next honest thing. Work will change under peace. Meet deadlines, not doom. Solve problems. Don't adopt them. Plan like a steward. Release outcomes like birds I know how to guide. When pressure rises, lower your voice. When chaos knocks, answer with, we'll take this in order. When fatigue lies, everything is an emergency, reply with, we'll handle what is ours. Faithfulness is yours. Fruitfulness is mine, repair small things quickly. Splinters become spears when neglected. If you wound with words, mend with fewer words and clean ones. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I love you. I will do better. Forgive without ledgers. Let your rooms practice restoration as reflex. The world is harsh. Let home be humane. Practice touchstones for your body. Where does peace land first? Jaw, chest, breath? Place your hand there and say, I'm safe with God right now. Your nervous system has believed alarms wired to nothing. I'm rewiring bells to ring for fire, not for late emails and imagined verdicts. This is not denial. It's accurate wiring. Money under peace stops screaming. Plan clearly. Give gladly. Refuse panic script, grip or lose. Open your hand. Watch provision arrive as salary and surprise, manna and loaves. Health under peace stops bargaining. You will not threaten your own body with schedules meant for machines. You are a garden seasoned sap, root, fruit, and rest. Midnight snacks of doom become morning bread of mercy. Community under peace grows kinder. You will stop performing resilience and start practicing it. You will stop auditioning for worth and start living as wanted. Your yes will be rooted. Your no will be warm. If you do not know, say so. Humility opens doors. Pride can only pound. If you felt the room widen, help this reach the next room. Subscribe, tap a like, and type peace that stays. Small signals, big rescue. Now let me give you sentences to carry into hard rooms. I can be calm and clear at the same time. I won't trade my center for your storm. We can pause to keep this honest. I bless you. I'm stepping back, and let me give you 3 rails to keep this peace on its tracks. Morning, 1 true sentence before the phone. Midday, 3 breaths and 1 kindness. Night, 3 mercies, named like jewels. This isn't performance, it's plumbing. Peace flows where pipes are laid. Lay them, keep them clear. And when the first cold front of old habit tries to freeze the flow, turn the tap of gratitude on low and let it run all night. By morning, nothing will have burst. Peace that stays, what I give you will last. You remained, you listened. The certainty I lit in you is not a weekend guest. It is bedrock. Now assignment. Let this keep working inside you until your days speak it without words. Walk in expectation, not demand. Expect good because I am good. Do not demand shape or schedule. My timing protects you from weights you cannot yet carry and positions others for rescue I will bring through you. Carry 3 anchors daily. Morning, 1 true sentence before your phone. Midday, 3 breaths and 1 kindness. Night, 3 mercies named. Rails, not chains. Rails carry you through weather. When you forget, begin again without ceremony. Beginning again is not proof you're broken. It's proof you're being built. Choose presence over performance. Show up honest, not polished. Let your yes be rooted, your no be warm. If you don't know, say so. Excellence is not anxiety in a tuxedo. It's love paying attention. Work with me in craft that does not bleed you. Meet deadlines without doom, solve problems without adopting them. Plan earnestly and then release outcomes like birds I know how to guide. Carry peace into conflict. Before you answer, ask, do we need understanding or help right now? Then listen. Sometimes help is hearing. Sometimes it is hands. Sometimes it is quiet beside. If a room cannot receive calm, step out without slamming the door. Return when breath returns. Calm isn't surrender. Calm is custody of your center. Tell the truth kindly. Facts without fire, verbs that heal. Keep confidences. Refuse gossip. It rots floors and weakens beams. Guard your words like lumber reserved for porches, not prisons. Speak blessing into corridors where curses once learned your routine. Tend your garden. Touch creation weekly. Tend friendship kindly. Touch rest on purpose. Weed what chokes wonder. Plant what feeds tomorrow. Gratitude is your trowel. Patience is your watering can. Boundaries are the fence that lets the flowers stay flowers and the path stay walkable. You are not a factory. Factories run until they break. Gardens flourish by rhythm. Live generous. Give beyond comfort in small, repeated ways. Bless in secret weekly. You are never poorer for giving what I first gave you. When you fear not having enough, open your hand. Watch provision arrive ordinary and on time, surprising and in song. Fear hoards. Trust circulates. Bring me the names you love. Hold them without control. Intercede. Do not interfere. Bless, do not bulldoze. Trust me with their pacing and pain. You are not their savior. You are their witness and companion. I will be God for them as I have been God for you. When fog creeps in, I will clear it. When tides pull, I will thicken the sand. When night stretches, I keep watch. Return here often, not to chase phrases, but to be re-centered in old truth. Practice the liturgy we've learned. Breathe, bless, begin again. Your story is no longer powered by panic. It is carried by presence. Lift your face. Quiet endurance is turning into open affirmation. Doors will open and remain open. Connections will strengthen and stay. Provision will meet you on time. Joy will not sprint and leave you breathless. It will walk beside you through rooms you once avoided. Not spectacle, substance. Not noise, knowing. I will change how you are perceived without you branding yourself. I seat you at tables you thought were for other names. Not to raise you above others, but to pour through you toward them. I appoint you lighthouse, not judge. Gardener, not critic. Anchor, not anchor chain. Where others drown in second-guessing, you will model the reflex of trust. Where others scorch with truth, you will heal with accuracy and grace. Where others hoard peace as a private luxury, you will share it like bread. Your presence will write invitations for weary hearts to come home to themselves in me. Now breathe once more. In for 4, out for 6. Place your hand on your chest and name what is true. I am held. I'm guided. I am becoming whole. Step into the day with calm that does not ask permission. Carry the night with trust that does not demand proof. Meet the tide with an anchor that knows the shore. This is not a momentary occurrence. It is a shift in your trajectory. The foundation is set. The shoreline is clear. The garden is seeded. The room is warm. You have no cause to waver, no space to retreat, only progression forward, directed by trust, drawn by your true calling, upheld by my steadfast affection. I delight to surprise you with good at the perfect time, in forms you did not script, arriving like mail addressed in heaven's hand. What I give you will last.